Then the Lord said to Moses, "Go down, because your people," see how he says this? I'm going to read this again, because you can tell the difference when God's saying his people and then when he says your people. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Go down, because your people, whom you brought up out of Egypt, have become corrupt. They have been quick to turn away from what I commanded them, and have made themselves an idol cast in the shape of a calf. They have bowed down to it and sacrificed to it, and have said, 'These are your gods, O Israel, who brought you up out of Egypt.' I have seen these people," the Lord said to Moses, "and they are stiff-necked people, and they are a stiff-necked people. Now leave me alone, so that my anger may burn against them, and that I may destroy them. Then I will make you into a great nation." But Moses sought the favor of the Lord his God. "O Lord," he said, "why should your anger burn against your people, whom you brought up of Egypt with great power and a mighty hand? Why should the Egyptians say, 'It was with evil intent that he brought them out, to kill them in the mountains and to wipe them off the face of the earth'? Turn from your fierce anger, relent, and do not bring disaster on your people. Remember your servants Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, to whom you swore by your own self, 'I will make your descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky, and I will give your descendants all this land I promised them, and it will be their inheritance forever.' Then the Lord relented and did not bring on his people the disaster he had threatened." So right here, we're seeing a leadership role that Moses has taken, and he's able to talk with God. And God knows what's in our heart. He knows how we're feeling and what we're thinking. And so he knows at this time that he wasn't going to completely wipe off Israel. It was good to hear his people, his person at this time, because remember, he already just said your people. He was talking about these humans over here. He wasn't claiming them because they were sinning. So he was talking to Moses as a person that is still following, still doing righteous acts and believing and having that faith. And so it's good to hear, like, you did something good, you helped somebody, and they thanked you for it. Don't act like that's not something good to hear. I know for me, sometimes it's hard because I feel like it gets diluted to the point where it's not genuine, because some people just say thank you, just to say thank you. But then I have to get ahead of myself and say, no, that's not necessarily correct. The intentions are good there. And so let our thank yous be actual thank yous. And in this case, God's hearing from Moses, who is serving God correctly, and he's telling them, please, relent. Don't go ahead and threaten to destroy your people. And God accepts that, because He accepts when we're in walking the correct path, when we're doing what is correct, what we're doing, what He's telling us to do. And it's good for us to repeat words that God has said. As you can see, Moses used, remember your servants, Abraham, Isaac, and Israel being Jacob. And he's using God's word in the correct manner, unlike the devil, but he's using God's word in a correct manner to have a conversation with the Lord.